All right, we're back. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. How have you been? It's been a whole weekend since we saw each other. Yes, last time we faced a pretty pesky boss. A pretty pesky boss. Pretty much the final boss of Chapter 1 of Dungeon Siege 3. This underrated and beleaguered gem that we are analyzing right now. This is day 4 of analysis, or this will be day 4 of analysis of Dungeon Siege 3. For those of you who are joining us today, if you are watching this as a YouTube bot or a Twitch bot, this is day number 4 of analysis. Last time it was a boss fest. Pretty much, we faced what was it? 4 bosses in a row. But I have some information. I will begin with something interesting. Here, decide what to do with the heart. Alex Gandrik's soul. I've been reading about this quest that we left unfinished, and since we're doing a 100% completion, regardless of consequences, we'll finish it because I've read that um, the only way to it's a bug, pretty much. The only way to finish it.
To Stonebridge, I hear? Before you depart, I have something I would discuss with you if you're willing. The Lascanzi occupation depleted the town's stores. If we cannot replenish them soon, Raven's Rill may not survive the winter. I know the Legion has done a great deal for us already, but I fear I must ask your help again.
Nice, another side quest. Amazing.
I take it you have a plan.
Indeed. Raven's Rill sees few travelers these days, but I believe the hero's Crypt could draw pilgrims from across Ebb as it once did.
Ah, yeah.
With pilgrims would come merchants, and the town could fill its larders before the winter.
Tell me about this hero's Crypt.
The hero's Crypt is where the heroes of the sect resurgence were interred. It was considered a holy site, and pilgrims flocked to it. After the crypt was sealed, the pilgrims stopped coming. I believe that if we open it again, we can bring prosperity back to Raven's Rill.
For those of you who don't know, the resurgence of Sec are pretty much the events of the first game, of the first Dungeon Siege. See, that's what I've been commenting about this game, that everything is perfectly intertwined, kind of like this game is the one responsible, this third entry is the one which united the lore of the previous 2 games. Where was it sealed?
Why would a holy site be sealed in the first place?
I'm not entirely sure. It happened just before the fall of the Legion.
Why do you need the Legion's help?
The doors of the monument are sealed by Legion magic. They are impervious to any form of counter-magic or physical destruction. They can only be opened by the signet rings of the Legion families who commissioned its construction, the Montbarons and the Gundrics. I understand you found both signet rings already. The crypt should open for you now.
Yep.
I'll do what I can.
Excellent. Look for the 2 large statues outside the monument. I'll fetch Grigori. We'll need a scribe to document this historic event.
Nice. Alright, so we got a new side quest, people. We've got a new side quest. But first, as I was commenting before this fine gentleman interrupted me, here, remember the Gandaric Manor quest? We've pretty much finished it. But in order to achieve a 100% completion, I need to destroy the heart. I looked it up over at Steam, over at the Steam forums, and pretty much, yes, it's a bug that the developers never fixed. So pretty much our decision, if you fight Lord Gandaric before, just like I did, if you decide what to do with the heart before fighting Lord Gandaric or whatever, pretty much you you pretty much you have already made your decision according to what I've read. Um, so it'll make no difference if I destroy it now. The quest it's kind of like already finished. If the game has any kind of checker that will influence events, it has already triggered according to the Steam forums. Besides, we want to get a 100% completion, so we will go and destroy the heart so we can complete the quest. Besides, it will be some extra experience which I definitely need. This game is pretty tough, especially on hardcore difficulty. Hey, now we have spiders here. So we'll begin by finishing that side quest. Hey, what level are these spiders? So we'll finish that, the side quest. Then we'll do the Hero's Crypt side quest that I was given right now. And then we will eventually proceed with the story. Right, that slowdown would have helped us when we faced Anjali last time. Anjali or whatever they all all called the same. This one's Anjali, right? Yeah, Anjali. The other one I don't know. Wow, I cannot remember the name already. Ah, god damn it. Alright, let's finish this quest. Let's finish this stupid quest. Anyways, technically we've already finished it. We just need to kind of like tick the side quest. I had to research it. But yeah, basically it's a bug. There's nothing we can do about it. So pretty much. Hey, enemies didn't respawn here. So guess what? Enemies don't respawn. Today, today we'll do a lot of backtracking. Well, no, because we'll do the Hero's Crypt because that one should be a new. I should have done this the other day. I should have finished the quest by destroying the heart. I technically finished the quest, but yeah, pretty much. There's Leona right there, and here's the heart. Yes, we'll destroy it. It's the only way to finish the quest. It's pretty much the only way to finish the quest.
Thank you. I am finally free to return to the River of Souls.
Goodbye, enjoy it. There you go. Pretty much. That's right. We still cannot do the DLC. We need to reach Stonebridge first. 383 experience. That'll definitely be useful. And do they respawn? These ones? No. You cannot loot the place again. Okay. Leona, how are you doing? Any progress?
Leave, my dear.
Yes.
Very well.
Send me to the entrance.
But of course, my dear. The Dark Sister protect you.
There we go. See, I told you it was gonna be fast. Only 7 minutes. But now, we have a 100% completion. Let me see. So far. Show closed. There you go. I mean, we've done a lot of side quests. Pretty much all of them. Alright, now we were just given a new quest, so... The Crypt of Heroes. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that place. We actually went by... And I didn't pay attention to that zone. Because you pretty much cannot enter. It's not that I didn't pay attention because I ignored it. It's you pretty much cannot enter up until this point. Hey, look at this. Enemies don't respawn now. Well, we have spiders, but there are no Lescansi mercenaries. They changed, let's say. Well, which is... It makes sense because supposedly we drove them off this zone, I guess. We drove them off this zone, so... It makes sense lore-wise now that I think about it. Coming to think of it, it makes sense pretty much. Alright. Just as a quick recap, as we get there, we've already analyzed some of the basic aspects of the game. Last time we could pretty much measure the difficulty in a pretty literal sense of the word, because we faced the boss that is pretty much a pretty brutal difficulty spike. Yeah, and consider that idea of side quests. So, yes. If you ask me, hey, what happened to the map here? It's a bit broken. The map's a bit broken here. But well. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, and we return here. Let's save, so just in case we get killed. Just in case we get killed. Nothing happens. Okay. Besides the difficulty, we've already analyzed a lot of the graphical aspects of the game. We commented the backgrounds that you'll see right now. How developers back during the 7th generation had to pull these tricks. They had to pull off those tricks in order to make a cohesive environment. We've analyzed the gameplay mechanics, of course, the controls, everything, but today I wanted to focus on the level design. Pretty much we've analyzed a bit of this department. Since we are doing a 100% completion of the game and we can see all of the side quests, we also analyzed that you fight in enclosed spaces pretty much, you have nowhere to run. And that pretty much, I've been thinking about it, it's the level design. So, let's see if we can, there it is. Yeah, I remember this zone that we never explored because it was locked. Pretty much. We'll do it right now. Good. So, this is the legendary Crypt of Heroes, where the heroes of the Sec Resurgence are buried within, according to what Lazari said. Remember, we have to clear the crypt because after the Lescansi occupation that we fought in the previous stream, remember, with that pretty brutal boss. In case you want a boss fest, watch the previous stream. It pretty much ruined commerce. Oh boy.
There we go. Startled me a bit. I'm afraid I was wrapped up in my studies of this magnificent edifice.
So, you must be the scribe that that Lazari sent. You must be... Yeah. You are the scribe to record what we encountered inside.
Tell me about yourself. What brings you out here? I'm a scholar with the Stonebridge Society of Antiquaries. My particular specialization is early Goblin Renaissance architecture.
Uh-huh.
This structure is a truly remarkable example. Note the intricate cornice work and the marvelously subtle geometries of the roof.
See how amazing the world building is in this game. We must admit that the lore is kind of like perfectly polished. even more than in the previous games.
Can you tell me anything about this building?
Why, this is the Hero's Crypt. Inside lie the champions who defeated the Sec 150 years ago.
The first game.
I've been studying its history for years. Sadly, I've never been able to do more than observe the exterior.
Tell me about the crypt's history.
The tomb was originally constructed for the First Lady Montbaron, remembered in popular folklore as the Farmer. As more of the heroes who defeated the Sec passed on, they were interred here as well. The crypt became a site of pilgrimage for many. Visitors have reported all sorts of miracles. Good fortune, sicknesses healed, that sort of thing. But no one's been inside for 30 years.
Why can't you get inside?
Ever since Jane Cassinda destroyed the Legion, the tomb has been sealed tight. I think it could still be open, but I have no idea how. Perhaps the old Legion knew. Some of them, anyway.
That's the idea. Yeah, in case you don't know, the farmer, it's pretty much you at the start of the first game.
I found a way into the crypt. I'm going to open the doors.
You can be either male or female.
You did? You have? That's unbelievable. How did you do it? Where did you find it? Oh, never mind. That's not important right now. Could I go in with you? I've studied the exterior for so long. I'd like to get a look at some of the artifacts inside.
Sure. I mean, it's the purpose of your life, clearly.
You can come along, but be careful and stay close to me.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Wonderful. Let's get the doors open then.
Hold your horses. Wait. First, I looted this. Also, another thing that we analyzed is the economic system of the game, which is pretty much unique in the sense that it's much more difficult. See what I was missing. It's much more difficult to accumulate money than in something like Diablo 2 or Diablo 3. Here, can we read? I know that this is how you open it, probably. Let's see, it's locked, right? Yeah, like this is locked. The farmer, it's you, it's the player in the first game. As I was saying. A massive statue depicting a warrior looms over you. At the base... sorry. At its base, a large cylinder with strange runes is apparent. Examine the cylinder. In the center of the cylinder, an empty socket is clearly visible. Okay. Upon further inspection, the carvings of a lion can be seen within the socket. It looks as if a small item, perhaps a coin or ring, would fit snugly into the small opening. And of course, we use the Montbaron signet ring. The ring begins to glow softly. Hey, nice touch. Nice touch. It actually glows. Pretty much the same. It's the same. Use the Gandaric signet ring. Yes, it opens.
Oh my. That was quite something. On second thought, perhaps you could go into the crypt yourself and return with some relics for me.
As you wish.
I'll see what I can find. What are you looking for?
Good. Yes, good. Much safer for all of us. I'd likely get you killed tagging along, and this way you won't get me killed either. I'm looking for 3 relics in particular. The Skull of Noric, the Staff of Merrick, and the Sword of Bollingar. If you find any of them, I will of course reward you handsomely. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must bring the good news to Lazar.
Well, the scribe pretty much ran away. He was scared. But he left us with another side quest to finish inside of the crypt first. I am not doing all of that again, in case I get killed, so, well, we won't run away, we will save. Remember that this game uses kind of like Probably one of the most old school save systems ever. The oldest, not the oldest, because um, in arcades, I remember that pretty much there's no save system.
Something new in my halls. The sound of breath. The quiet footfalls of frightened flesh.
That voice. It's coming from somewhere below us.
You don't say. Got past the first boss. Nice. Yes, Scarlet, how have you been? Thanks for visiting me again. Yes, we got past the first boss, indeed, and I managed to finish. There's a bugged side quest, the Gandaric Manor side quest of the second stream. It's bugged. I had to check over at the Steam forums, and yeah, basically you are forced to destroy the heart if you want to achieve 100% completion. It's incredible. And now the rest of the game, easy mode. Well, I don't know, because I remember that the final boss is pretty tough on hardcore. I don't... well, we'll see. I guess we'll find out if this will be a walk in the park or not. If it'll be piece of cake. But... I don't know. I mean... I remember... Also the swamp boss. I remember it was pretty tough. But only because I had no range playing as a warrior. So I want to see having no revive on that boss, but not on hardcore. And no revive. You mean artificially creating hardcore difficulty like in Diablo 2? Kind of like if you get killed, restart the game. Restart the game again. Achievement. It's a Steam achievement, or I don't know. Yeah, it's a Steam achievement, probably. I wonder if they included that in the Xbox 360 and the PS3 version. It's probably a Steam achievement or something. Yeah. But... I don't know, because I remember the swamp boss being pretty tricky. Well, we have another boss already. But I guess it's a minor boss. Which was the other one? There was a spider last time. There was a spider boss last time. Right before. Right before Rajani. That also killed me several times. So I don't know. Maybe it's just that the game is tough at the beginning. I don't know. I remember dying more to the swamp boss than to Rajani when I played as a warrior. I don't know. It's been 10 years. Some minutes ago, I was trying Bloodsports TV, and that is truly impossible. The apocalyptic difficulty. That is truly impossible. I'll have to try to do it off stream because pretty much I need the achievements. So yeah. So you think it'll be a piece of cake? You think it'll be a walk in the park? We'll see. No, without revives, I think no one has the patience, time, and commitment to do it like that. I mean, without revives, that first boss is pretty much... it's pretty much hell, because, well, I don't know, maybe you can endlessly farm spiders in the forest. Pretty much the only way I would do it. Yeah. Hey, what do we have there? There's kind of like... Can we read this? No. If there's one thing this game does correctly, is how it completes the lore of the previous two games. Since we've had more references to the first and the second games here than in those games themselves. Pretty much, this is the crypt of the heroes of the first party that you play with when you finish the first game. There we go. So yeah, if there's one thing that the game does right, is the lore. In fact, the lore in this game is... it pretty much completes the previous two. Because it has so many references to the first one and the second game. And this level is a clear example. See, they mentioned the farmer, which is pretty much the player in the first game. And pretty much here, supposedly this is the tomb of all of the heroes of the first game. So yeah, in that sense, the game does a perfect job in terms of completing the world building and the lore of the franchise. It's so sad that Square Enix has the rights of this franchise because they're probably never gonna use it. It's a weird case because it's a Western RPG franchise owned by. So we have some generic bosses. Careful with those. It's a Western RPG franchise owned by a Japanese company. I don't think there are many cases like this in the gaming industry. It's pretty weird that Japanese creators would purchase a Western license like this. So yeah, pretty much. It's a pity because imagine what could have been Dungeon Siege 4 with, let's say, normal controls. Similar to the first game, of course, with HD textures and models and everything. That would sell a lot. Probably. I don't know. Then it's the case, just like with Metroid, that everyone loves the franchise, but it never sells pretty good. What do we have here? Blah 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 blah. We already have this one. Hey, we've got master abilities unlocked finally. Um. Fires a conical blast for as long as the attack is held or until Reinhardt runs out of focus. Allies hit by the blast receive minor healing. What the? Is this a replacement of Geometry of Annihilation? Could it be? Perpetual Momentum. Slowly recovers focus and is immune to stunning and slowing effects. Damn it. This one is pretty good. Empower. We'll definitely get this one eventually. Let's just continue. Torrent of energy on an enemy target for as long as the attack is held or until he runs out of focus. Focus, remember, are the orbs below mana. It's so until it depletes, and this one the same. Well, I can see it. I see, but no, 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 no. This one has to be the mana. Slowly recovers mana. So creative distraction or electric. Yeah, I need an attack that pretty much isn't a circle in the middle of nowhere that can easily miss. So let's see if I can go for the question is which one of these. Electrocute for as long as it's held. Delivers a stunning current of electricity on a single target until the ability is halted. Remember, we cannot stun bosses, so that one is useful. It's useless, sorry. It's not useful. First, allies receive minor healing. Yeah, we'll go for straight damage. Let's see how that one works. For some reason, the mouse is there. Let me move it. Reinhardt recovers hit points equal to 3%. Blah 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 blah. Well, let's. No, first the decoy. The decoy saved us last time. Reinhardt mirror decoy inflicts 10% of the damage he sustains back at the attacker. The clockwork trap. No, we are no longer using this. Then I need to respec. We'll go for the new one. Reinhardt recovers hit points equal to 3%. Blah 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 blah. Enemies struck by creative destruction take 5% per rank more damage with subsequent attacks. Or recover hit points. I will go for straight damage. There, I have several ways of recovering hit points. And then this one is pretty good. Each time Reinhardt dodges, he inflicts a modest slowing effect on enemies close to where he started to dodge. This one's amazing. The Jackal, the Pillar. I remember the Pillar of Fire was pretty good. It's pretty much the ability that killed me when I fought Rajani last time. Pretty much that. So yeah, I think it's a safe bet. And then what do we have? The Jackal was pretty good, but I don't think it can completely save us. So let's see that Pillar of Fire. Slows enemies by 15% per rank, or extra damage. Extra damage is always good. I have other ways of slowing them. Besides, bosses maybe are immune to slow. So yeah. Whenever this one, no. Enter Angelic heal, yeah. Extra healing, thank you, always useful. I cannot save there, pretty much. This one. Anything in here? Yeah, there's a jar there. Okay, there's a pot. Okay. Right, let's try that new ability. Let's see how. What's going on? Hey, what's that? Oh, pretty good. We've got a new toy. Nice. This is good because it pretty much covers melee damage, which is amazing. Good. It's like a flamethrower. Nice. Looks pretty good. No, it's amazing because it's just what I needed. Because I kind of like don't play with the single target stance. So yeah. Let's see. Well, we've got new ability, new side quest, everything. Let's see. Soon after the Crypt's construction, it was common for pilgrims to travel the road north, stopping to pay their respects to the heroes of the resurgence. Remember the first game. Often, these pilgrimages would... there we go. These pilgrimages would be led by some of the surviving heroes, such as the Azunite's sister, Ulora, and the dwarf, all characters from the first game. Glorn. The real road became known as the Pilgrims' Road, and the large numbers of pilgrims would commonly make accommodations in Ravensrill, enriching the local villagers. As time passed and more of the original heroes died, their sarcophagi were added to the Hall of Heroes, on the lowest level of the crypt. A special burial hall was carved into the rock at the far end of the Hall of Heroes to accommodate the Lady Montbaron herself. The last of the heroes was Glorn the dwarf, who continued leading the yearly pilgrimages until his death in the year 1220. Okay. Okay. So we got a bit of the backstory of the... Well, here you have the true ending. The true ending of the first game, I guess. This letter is old and written in a shaky hand. If you have found this, know that my name is Mihael, or Mihael, whatever, a groundskeeper of the hero's crypt. I have been trapped in here with this ravening half-giant for many days. Drakomir is his name, and he came to the crypt to steal the relics that are buried within. He took me as a hostage and commanded me to lead him to the richest treasures. But in recent days, a change has come over him. Instead of fleeing with his gold, he stays on the lowest level of the crypt. He claims that he no longer wishes to live, that he must protect the riches from those who would take them away. I can only assume that he is afflicted by the secret magic that guards this place. Now the doors of the crypt have been sealed. Perhaps the Legion intended to trap the half-giant in here until their battle with Jane Cassinder is won. But I think that they will lose their war, and I shall never escape. He was right. He was right, people. He was right. I bear no grudge against the Legion. They could not have known that I was still alive. I write this only in the hope that you, the one reading this note, whoever the person may be, us in this case, might remember old Mihael and pray for his soul. Pegasunai bless you and keep you. Okay, and he's dead right here. This corpse isn't nearly as old as the others in the crypt. It clutches an old, tarnished key in one skeletal hand. Okay, it's a plot item, so we needed it. Loot. Yeah, pretty much the economy in this game is different than in Diablo 2 and 3, because I can clear, even Diablo 1, I can clearly remember that in most isometric action RPG games, as I always mention, Titan Quest, I don't know, a Torchlight. We need to play Sacred. We need to play Sacred too. Pretty amazing game. I've never played it, and I always wanted to play it. I know, and we arrived through here. Okay. In all of those isometric action RPG games, in most isometric action RPG games, the economy has a lot of flaws, because you can easily amass a fortune in a matter of hours of gameplay. In this game, it's kind of like slower, but it's better because the gear that shops sell in this game is much better than your average isometric action RPG game, so it makes sense. So yeah, pretty much. The objective is still there. What? Ah, here it is. The Skull of Norik. Ah, yeah, true. We are looking for the treasures. A polished skull is displayed before you. An engraved plaque rests below it. Read the plaque. Norik, a simple man from the western farmlands. He died aiding young Lady Monbaron. This one is not part of the first game, in case you're wondering. Ah, yeah. It's part of the first game. So Lady Monbaron is actually the farmer, which is us, pretty much. I want to read that again, sorry. I was explaining it tonight. Also known as the farmer during the initial stages of the Seg resurgence. Okay, yeah, it's pretty much the first game. We need this for the side quest, so we are taking it. Thank you.
You believe the skulls
Oh.
will save you. I shall enjoy flaying you.
So, someone's talking. We don't know who, But he's talking. I think I never did the side quest 10 years ago. It'll be interesting. This one we've already read it, right? Yeah, the Pilgrimage. So the one that lived the most in the first game was Golo and the dwarf. Hey, look at that! Oh, they applied physics to some of the items. Nice. Nice physics. Well, in Space Siege, they also had kind of like an obsession with physics. The physics were pretty advanced, I remember. When we streamed Space Siege, which is pretty much the real DungeonSiege 3, I remember the physics were amazing. Hey, look at this. This flamethrower is brutal because it also heals me because of the vampiric attacks. Besides, it's much more precise than the clockwork trap and yeah, the circles on the ground. Pretty much here I can deal with melee attackers with that one, like this. I cannot see the health bar though. Besides, it gives you a much better control of the... They call it focus in this game instead of mana. And I only need to perform the basic attacks to refill that. Okay. And then... like this. Yeah, thing is that you cannot move. I can move it, but it's extremely... It's not like in Diablo 3 with the mage. Kind of like, look at this. Oh, no, yeah, the direction changed, but... yeah, pretty much. Kind of like a static animation. It feels terribly static. The path is... oh yeah, this is the end. In terms of the reflections and the graphical presentation, I guess we all agree the game is amazing. Even more considering that it was released back in 2011. Hey, that one has to be Lady Baron. That one is us. In the first game. That one's us. Right? Thank you. I don't like being surrounded like this. Yep. Definitely picking that ability was... I'm not using the decoy. If I could use it... I don't think... yeah. I'm not using the decoy. That's a mistake. Yeah, pretty much I need to go decoy and then that ability... Where's the decoy? Alright, I need to change the stances. I always forget. Like that. I need to remember to use the decoy often so I can get the mastery and it can act as a full tank. Because remember, he's not generating aggro. He's not generating aggro like this. Damn it. Burn. Hey, I wonder if we change the cube, because the animation, as you can see, is the same as the cube. I wonder if we change the cube, if the animation will change. If the attack animation will change. So, that's... Hey, isn't that one, kind of like the statue in the at the start screen that we see at the start screen. It's actually your character in the first game. It's Lady Mon Baron, the farmer. So that was a real name. Next time I play the first game, hey, what's going on with this? It's a chat. Damn it. It's telling me that it disconnected. What's going on? Reconnect, reconnect, reconnect. There we go. What's going on here? Is it working? Yeah, it says it's working, but it has that problem. Right, there we go. There we go. Magnificent. There we go. Sorry, I was not. I couldn't see it. There we go. There we go. Now we change stances. Magnificent. We escape that. And yeah, in some cases the attack it's even better. Some cases the clockwork trap or whatever is better. For example, against these ones. Damn it. Yep.
Death will not take you.
I should have gone for the decoy. Let me move.
I'm not dead then? Good.
I didn't mean to do that. Ah, it's a boss. Or what? Yeah, it looks like a boss. And now burn. I love how it heals me because of the vampiric attack. Damn it. There we go, slow down because of that.
That which is dead, mortal. My warriors will hunt you until you fall, exhausted and weeping.
I am beginning to think that the guy inside of this crypt is the one that we saw in that letter. Some minutes before. Okay. Oh. Well, this is the first day that we are looking at the first it's the first day in which we can take a look at the complete rotation. This parchment is faded and old. To the groundskeepers of the hero's crypt. I write this letter in the year 1220, knowing that my death is near. This is glowing then. Remember that we read that he died in this year. That he lived up until this year. Guard the secret I am about to reveal, and pass it along to those who come after you. 20 years ago, the last surviving heroes contrived a plan to protect the crypt after we were gone. We had seen what happened to the other sacred sites, and we did not want the graves of our comrades to be despoiled as well. It was the Archmage, Seth, who first suggested the idea of a spell, a protective enchantment to guard against those with greed in their hearts. The spell was a masterwork. Any thief who tries to steal the relics of the crypt will be afflicted by a terrible madness. He will become obsessed by a desire to remain in the crypt and protect its riches from others like himself. The thief will become a guardian of all that he wishes to steal. The spell will not affect the Legion or any man or woman of Legion blood, but be warned, so Legionnaires are not affected. Luckily, because we already stole the skull. But be warned, if a thief dies here while afflicted with this spell, his spirit will remain in the crypt, and if it's not cast out, it could grow powerful indeed. Yours in fellowship, Glowern the dwarf. Alright, so they did it to protect Glowern, the last one to die after Lady Monbaron, after Merrick, and after all of the heroes from the first. Hey, this is fucked up. I mean, look at this. They are taking damage like that. This shouldn't be allowed because, in fact, when I was playing Gandering, when we were completing Gandering Manor, this wasn't allowed. Why is it allowed here? The developer forgot about this one. Okay. There we go. The developer forgot about that one. Because we couldn't do that when we were doing...
Pilgrim, the bones of your heroes wait for you in these depths, and so do I.
Pretty much. We descend. This remembers me of of the Dark Horizon expansion of Dragon's Dogma. Pretty similar in terms of the setting and the construction. Pretty well done. Hall of Heroes.
The
Wow.
Hall of Heroes. Lady Montbaron had 14 companions, and they are all buried here.
Hey, you get to know all of the companions of the first game? What, this one? Which one is... Here lies 90, the Bowyer of Stonebridge, hero of the Second Resurgence. Yep. The fan service of this game is amazing. Here lies Glorn, a dwarf of the Glitterdale mine, hero of the Second Resurgence. No loot. Here lies Root, a dwarven mercenary and adventurer, hero of the Second Resurgence. This is the First Legion. Here lies Lord Bollingar, a commander of the 10th Legion bodyguard of King Conrad, a hero of the Second Resurgence. Oh well. I know it was already called the 10th Legion, even in the first game, apparently. Yeah, this mission is kind of like pure fan service. Here lies Seth, a mage and scholar of Stonebridge. You can only choose 7 to go with you at any given time. Here lies Ulora, a pious Astonite sister, first companion of Lady Monbaron, and hero of the Second Resurgence. That one is at the beginning of the game. Here lies Lorun, a dwarven mage of Glazern, hero of the Second Resurgence. Here lies Rusk Ketzler, mercenary of Stonebridge, And man of many trades, hero of sacred session.
You should be honored, mortal. Soon your bones will join with those of the heroes who lie in repose here.
If you say so. You are afflicted by the curse. Here likes Bjorn, a veteran warrior and former legionnaire. Here lies Phaedriel, archer of renown, blah blah blah, hero of first resurgence. Damn it, they replicated all of the tombs, pretty much. 6 and 6. Boriev, a warrior of Scansi blood. Let's pay Merrick, longest serving Grand Mage in the history of the Legion and hero of the Sacred Surgeons. This is our OG. We descend from this guy. This is a tomb that I wanted to find. Because, let's see if it has loot for us. Yes. Find Merrick's stuff. Besides, you need that to complete that, but I knew it would have some crazy loot for us because that's our ancestor. So this is like inheriting, technically. Plus 12 will. Blah 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 blah. Thank you. It's a legend. It's legendary. It's our first item of legendary quality. Secra's bodies. Secra, Witch of Lascansi Black, Hero of the Sacred Resurgence. Ulfgrim. And that's all of the tombs. This one is in the middle. Alright, so here you can meet up with the final. You can see the ultimate fate of the characters of the first game, pretty much. So yeah, it's pretty important. Now let's see. Stamina, that increases health, I assume. Nice. Okay. Plus 31 attack. Thank you. And what else? Nothing else. Nothing else. Let's see. Nice melee boss fight. We should save or what? Yep. So this is the last thief. Hey, looks like Pugna from Dota 2. And I should have saved. Ah, look at that. Slow does work on bosses. Okay. I don't know why, but I smell this will have a second phase. If there's one thing this game does right, is the fact that it has a lot of epic bosses. That is undeniable. What the... Right. Okay. Ah, but they drop health orbs, I guess. Come on, let's recover some focus. Now I'm... Yeah, this boss is kind of like kind of like... Damn it. That was so stupid. Where are you, Anjali? You are dead, right? Damn it. Yeah, I thought I could slow him down.
I'm here.
That's a great improvement.
Well, she said that again. Damn it. No. Decoy, slowed. Get out of here, because otherwise, I think he's summoned. The best policy here is to go for that. Evade. Yeah, in this case, the circles are better because there's way too many summons. Okay, let's see. Close one. Another circle. Let's see if I can slow him down. Damn it. Burn. Good.
Whoever that warrior was, his spirit is gone, and his curse is...
It's left too. I guess you were about to say. Yeah, this thing is pretty powerful. But Geometry of Annihilation is also useful because you could see that Geometry of Annihilation is better against ranged enemies, but also if you are kind of like surrounded and you cannot move. If you cannot move, Geometry of Annihilation is pretty much the way to go. But if you have a bit more of room, Creative Destruction is better. Is definitely better in that sense. Okay, what do we have here? He inflicts a modest slowing effect. This one is pretty good. Straight damage here. Go straight up for damage.
died with him.
Died with him. The curse died with him. I said lifted. We lifted the curse. Good. This is good because had we died, this would have been a disaster because the last save point was before looting everyone. Hey, could this be us? Here lies the first Ladymon Baron, popularly known as the Farmer, first and greatest hero of the Sec Resurgence. Wow. And they even did kind of like a stained glass with the face of the hero. Wow, legendary. So this is the resting place of your character in the first game, pretty much. Ah, look at that armor for Anjali, magnificent. Yeah, in case you're wondering, the first game had completely different classes, so don't expect that you loot, except for the mage, which is the same, precisely the one we're playing. Uh, hey, nice physics. The physics are pretty polished. Look at that. We are lacking one relic, right, for the side quest. Search for Suburban. No, 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 no. Gathering North. No. No, 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 no. These are no, no, no. No, what's this? Show open. What am I doing here? Relics. Find Lord Bollingar's sword. I must have missed it. Bollingar's tomb. We were already there. Wait. I want to ensure it's not in that tomb. Maybe because remember, some of the missions don't indicate you where the items are, and remember, we are going for a 100% completion. Bollingar. This one was Merrick. Sikra, no. Ulfgrim, no. Bollingar. Lord Bollingar. No, cannot loot it. It's not here. The sword's not here. This one? Look at that. I was about to miss the loot there. Can happen. Let's see. Alright, no. I think we looted the rest of them thoroughly. Pretty much. Hey. Good. Good. Hey, nice armor. Anjali got a nice armor. Well, at least like this, hopefully we won't be forced to revive her constantly. So this is it's amazing. Look at the shadows, people. Look at the shadows of the tomb. They are kind of like perfectly projected there. Amazing. Yeah, the shadows in this game and the glow of all of the light sources. Lord Bollingar's Shattered Blade. A broken sword is displayed before you, and engraved plaque rests. Read the plaque. Lord Bollingar was a decorated legionnaire and hero of the Czech resurgence. In 1154 PF, King Conrad signed the controversial Gavlin Treaties. Lord Bollingar, a famous Gavlin fighter, was present for the ceremony. The event was concluded with Lord Bollingar, Conrad's most trusted friend and advisor, bringing his sword as a symbol of peace between the two races. I am taking it. Remember, we are immune to the curse. Anyone else? Anyone who's not a legionnaire? And that's the side quest. We could complete the side quest. Pretty much it's a side quest that you cannot miss. It's kind of like in the way. Determine the headband. Let's see. Let's see if that's of a higher level than the one that we have equipped right now. La 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 la. Ah, yeah, because we don't block, we don't have a shield. And stamina, it won't make a whole lot of difference to me. Yeah, and it has more armor. Good. 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 Magnificent. This has to be the back door exit. Swift boots for Anjali. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Agility, I guess she won't be hit as much. I guess. Perfect. Hand Cannon of Valor. Not for either of our classes. And back at the entrance. Nice. They've got a nice tomb here. Okay. I think we beat it first try. Good.
I had not expected the crypt to still be inhabited. Both Ravens Reel and I owe you a debt. I'll be sending messengers out to inform the people of Ebb that the hero's crypt is open again. Doubtless the Pilgrims and their attendant wealth will be pouring in soon. In the meanwhile, here, take this as a token of our esteem.
Magnificent. Collegium Alumni Circlet. What? Oh. All of the things that I'm looting are headbands. God damn it. Chaos lining. So we got some extra lining. Lining attack. I wonder something. Wait. Yeah, will, but not attack. This one increases attack right away. None of the ones that I had increase attack. It's much more lethal. Because it will increase the damage of all of our basic attacks. Let's see.
Do you have any relics to sell?
I've got the Skull of
I found
Norik.
the skull of Norik.
Fascinating, if a touch gruesome. Still, I look forward to studying this. Here is your promised reward. Do you have any relics to sell?
I have Merrick's staff. Anyways, it's a quest item staff.
I found Merrick's staff.
Astounding! To think of the power that once coursed through this. Here is your reward. Do you have any relics to sell?
I
Yep.
found Lord Bollingar's sword.
It's even more beautiful than I imagined. Here, as promised, your reward. I can't wait to get back to my workshop and begin a full study of these items.
Magnificent, completed quest. My favorite words. Plot item quest. Blah 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 blah. Quest completed. 1818. 1818 coins received. 2001. Good. Magnificent. That finishes. Hey, we got a lot of rewards there. Magnificent. I think we got several new. There we go. And I'm using this one. So we got Sacred Best, 19 armor, block warding, agility armor. Armor warding was. I don't know why this one is. No, I don't need block. We'll go for this one. The one with the highest armor and the highest warding. I don't need block. I mean, I never use. You never block in this game, pretty much. I mean, who blocks in action RPG games? We all dodge. And then we have, of course, some common quality here. And this one, yes. Well, this one increases attack. But this one staggers. Oh. So it has a chance of stunning enemies. Useless in boss fights, but the rest. Now, minus 10 armor, no. Though it increases the damage of your abilities. It's well worth it. It's a huge bump in damage. Alright. Okay. We just completed that side quest. We completed the Gandoric side quest, everything. So, as you can see, we have no other side quests, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. Perfect. So we have another hour. We'll use the rest of these 45 minutes to try to reach Stonebridge. Remember, once we reach Stonebridge, the Great Chapter House. What's going on with the chat that's saying welcome to the chat room every second? God damn it. Uh, remember, this is pretty much the idea. Reach Stonebridge. Once we reach Stonebridge, we get to the DLC, to the Treasures of the Sun DLC. And, well, this is the main quest, which is pretty much push until you reach a Stonebridge. So, onwards. This will be kind of like a transition section in which, let's see if that new attack, with that extra will, our abilities should deal more damage. There we go. Magnificent. Headband of protection. Here, we're getting pretty good loot. I just changed my headbands 3 times. Have collisions. Whoa! It increases the armor by a lot, but yeah, you lose your offense capabilities, and no, I'd rather go with a higher attack. Hey, our health dropped a bit because I removed the stamina. And I also removed a bit of armor, so we should hit for more damage, but we are a bit more squishy. We need to sell a lot of the stuff that we've collected in the Crypt of Heroes, for those of you who are... I'll add timestamps to the YouTube board, so in case you're watching this straight away, we just finished the Heroes Crypt, in which all of the original heroes of Ebb, of the Legion from the first game, were buried. So let's sell. We have a lot of stuff to sell. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, we'll sell everything. Good. We sold everything. We save again. Let's see.
If you're looking to buy, just step on up to the wagon and have a look. I'll give you a good price.
All right. And let's head over to, well, this will... What the? It's not through here. Where's the exit? We should head over to the swamp, if I remember correctly. Right now. This way. So it was on our way to the Hero's Crypt. Oh. Well, anyways, I had to sell all of that stuff. So, to the left. Okay. So this is the exit. Let's group them over here and... Good. This is the swamp, right?
Look, the bridge is repaired, just as Martin said.
Indeed. So we finally repaired the bridge. Nice. The one that we collapsed last time. At the beginning of the game.
There you are. This may sound strange, but I was told to wait for you here.
Told? By whom?
A child. A boy with golden hair and piercing eyes, who spoke like no child I have ever met.
We may have to reload. If she joins the party, I just sold all of the equipment.
Did you follow us into the Mournweald?
No. He came to me in a waking dream. I know better than to doubt a vision, especially one so clear. My father was Hugh Montbaron, Grand Master of the Legion. A proud man, I'm told, but not immune to my mother's seduction.
Illegitimate, perhaps, but I think she tells the truth. I've seen paintings of the Montbarons, and she has the same pale eyes. The resemblance is striking, actually, especially to Hugh.
I do not know why this golden child chose me, but I believe I can be of help to the Legion, if you let me.
Does your sister know that you're planning to leave?
Leona's word does not bind me. I decide whose company I keep, and she knows better than to forbid me what I want. If only the rest of the world knew the same, life would be much simpler.
So you haven't told her?
Not exactly, but we'll be long gone before she finds out, no?
She's a ranged attacker. It's not a good idea. Because I'm a ranged attacker, and if I have her as a companion, we'll both be squishy, ranged
Your
and
mother
squishy.
seduced Montbaron? So the stories about Lascanzi witches are true?
What stories are those? The ones told to jealous wives by poxy-faced men? Of black-hearted witches who ravish them in the dark of night? Those stories are fancies, but they hide a deeper truth. Lascanzi witches have discerning taste. We will seduce a foreign man, but only if he is strong, clever, handsome.
He'd pass those traits to your children, and your clan would be stronger.
We are a practical race, no? 500 years of wandering has taught us to claim any advantage we can.
Alright, but can I choose the companion? What's gonna happen?
If you're
Let's
a
see.
Montbaron, then you're part of the Legion. We could use your help.
We journey south, no? To Stonebridge? I know the roads, and charming company makes long miles less dreary.
Your party is now full. You'll need to select. Thank God they let me choose. Your party's full. Blah 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 blah. You can choose party select. Yeah, nice. No, we'll keep Anjali because if we do double ranged, it'll be a disaster. All right, nice. If we do double range, besides I played with Katarina 10 years ago alongside the warrior, so pretty much. I'm doing kind of like the exact opposite. We'll use this one. Just in case. I regret selling all of that stuff. Hey, we got spiders all over the place.
Watch out! Victory!
So, we cannot stun bosses, but we can slow them. As we could see in that skeleton warrior fight. Burned. Okay. Pretty much only way to go. Yeah, this is a swamp.
Hold on there. The roads ahead aren't safe.
Nice. As I've said, imagine playing this kind of like back in 2011 on a big TV screen in your living room, rather than some inches away like this on a
Heavy smoke down there.
on a
From the looks of it, there was another battle in the swamp. Unite Church on one side, Royalists on the other. They're always at it. I was questioned by soldiers down the road. They were Azunites, Jane Cassinda's men, and not a friendly lot.
Any opinion on the church soldiers? You seem to have run into them before.
The church army is the right hand of Jane Cassinda, but these men seemed more mercenary than proper soldier. They may call her a living saint, but any woman who hires Lascanzi thugs must be a little crooked. That's just what I think.
Have you dealt with the Royalists before?
They don't harass me on the road, so that makes them at least a touch better than Jane's soldiers. I think they're an honorable lot, but I don't see them winning this war. They'll die for a queen who's the last of her line, and barely more than a girl.
Fighting in the swamp doesn't seem like the best place for a battle.
The Royalists are holed up in the Glitter Delve mine to the northwest, and Jane's army marches from the Azunite coast southeast of here. This swamp has the misfortune of being right between the two. This certainly isn't the first time we've had trouble here.
Troubled
Why I
area.
still take these routes, I don't know.
Thanks for the warning. I'll be careful.
I'll stay up here for a while, see if things calm down.
Good idea. Okay. Yeah, I remember the swamp.
An avalanche? Here. I do not think nature is to blame for this.
No, it's a swamp. There cannot be avalanches. This rock slide was probably caused by explosives or perhaps by cannon fire. Among the fallen boulders, you can see the bodies of royalist soldiers and the smashed supply wagon. The road is completely blocked by the avalanche. In case you've noticed that sometimes I do kind of like two pronunciations at the same time, it's because I first learned British English and then American, and kind of like sometimes I mix the pronunciations and sometimes I do British and sometimes American. Most of the time I think it's British, but in some cases I've realized that I use American, so yeah, pretty much.
By order of Jane Cassandra, none shall pass this. Look, you idiots, they're legionnaires. Get them!
Top-notch dialogue lines. Look, idiot, they are legionnaires. What are you doing? At least the RPG aspect of the game is extremely polished. I mean, it's realism 100%. These guys are way too slow. They cannot even touch me. You should have picked the mage class. Bioluminescent caves. Damn it, they could have used a proper name rather than calling them bioluminescent. Bioluminescent caves. God, I mean, what kind of? Hey, nice. We can see the mucus there. It feels all. It looks all kind of like sticky. Nice, nice. Now I feel like exploring Brainstar in Super Metroid. Look at this. Okay. We must admit that the world building is the best aspect of this game. Certainly, even more than the gameplay. Nice try. The circle is kind of like better in terms of mana focus, because you cast it and you can perform basic attacks, and yeah, pretty much it helps you with mana build up, focus, mana, whatever. In most games, mana is called mana, but in some games it's called magic, in others power. I've seen it in Hellgate London, for example, but a lot of other games they call it power. And in this game it's called focus. That necessity of that need of changing the name is a bit stupid, but well. Yep, remember that our attacks have a 5% chance of staggering if the enemy is extremely slow, and we can hit it with 3 attacks. That's at least 15, because it's 5 and 5. It's 3 attacks. It's a total of 15% per attack. We perform 3 attacks, 15% of stunning. So if the enemy is way too slow, No, we're not royalists. We are worse. We are the Legion. Come on. Let me cast it. Second circle. There we go. I guess this is the ultimate alibi proof that if you pick warrior, you'll have a hard time. With this game. See how slow they are. I think I'm not leaving the vampiric attacks. I'll ensure that which is the piece of gear that is giving me the vampiric attacks? This one, the orb. I think we all agree that vampiric attacks are mandatory on hardcore. Pretty much. Can I loot this? Nope. So they always kill each other in the swamp. Jane Cassinder's forces and the royalists. They always kill each other in the swamp.
Anyone
Swamp.
that kills Azanites is a friend of ours. General Devonsey is further on ahead. Just follow the path. Anyone that kills Azanites is a friend of ours. Damn well bloody Jane's men. General Devonsey is further on ahead. Just follow the path. Anyone that kills Azanites is a friend of ours. General Devonsey is further on ahead. Just follow the path. Anyone that kills Azanites is a friend of ours.
Sorry.
General Devonsey is further on ahead. Jane will send her army against Glittered Elf soon. Our war isn't done.
Okay. At least these ones don't kill you on spot.
I'm going to be sick. So many dead.
So many royalists dead. These men were young, hardly soldiers at all.
Oops. There we go. General.
Stand away there. Not so close to the general.
Never mind. I can hardly be called a general, with Her Majesty's army lying dead all around us.
Good point.
Lord Devonsey. Sir.
Forgive the boy. A few months ago he was a royal page. Now he's a soldier. Such are the depths to which we have fallen.
Poor
I'm
guy.
surprised to see any travelers on the road, with so many of Jane Cassinder's soldiers about. What brings you to this ill-omened place?
They are royalists, and the Legion served the king, so I think we can be allies easily. There's no reason why to lie.
We were sent by the Legion. We're heading south to reclaim the old chapter house in Stonebridge.
The Legion? So the rumors are true. A gathering in the north. The rebirth of the old Legion. That's beside the point, though. I'm afraid you're stuck here with the rest of us. The western road has collapsed and we're surrounded on all sides by impassable swamp.
Yeah, first things first. What on earth happened
All
here?
the dead soldiers were yours? How did this happen?
Jane Cassinder's army was encamped in the swamp. I thought I'd catch her unaware, send her scrambling back to the spire. So I force-marched out of Glitterdale, sighted her troops at the base of the cliffs, and gave chase.
Nice.
In the first charge, we drove half her forces into the bogs. I could see Jane not 50 feet from my lines. She had nowhere to run.
You smelled victory, and that's when the battle turned.
Jane sent a few of her sappers round back of my lines. They collapsed the roads behind me. A clever move, I'll give her that. Half my army, the young ones mostly, saw their escape route cut off. Didn't matter that we were winning.
Okay.
Panicked, broke and ran. Some of the veterans held their ground and died where they stood. The rest retreated here.
She boxed you in, with her forces on one side and the bogs on the other.
Killed half my people with the cannons. The rest tried to flee into the bogs and drowned.
Okay.
And here I am, trapped in this swamp, cut off from the queen. She has only her maids to protect her now.
The queen must be a child because of what the other guy mentioned at the entrance of the swamp. Right, we're right in the middle of a mess, people.
What forces do you have left?
Only the baggage train and a few cannons. One of my officers, Roderick, had command of the baggage train. He managed to keep the wagons out of sight, hid them under those massive roots. Unfortunately, the men who are guarding the wagons are my greenest troops, former servants and the like.
Yeah,
The only
unexperienced.
blades they've ever wielded are kitchen knives.
Alright, we're stuck.
What about those massive roots? We can walk across them like a road.
Indeed, they'd support our weight, and my cannons and wagons too. But the roots are separated by stretches of water. In
So,
order to create a path, we'd have to raise the land between them. Impossible, you might say. But I have a man in my army with power over earth and stone. A scholar called Phineas. If only he were here.
This Phineas can raise a land bridge between the roots? How is that possible?
a mage.
He's made a study of earth magic. Geomancy. The old magic of the dwarves.
Oh.
It's all very incomplete, but a movement of earth by simple brute force. Yes, I think he could manage that much.
You've actually seen Phineas use earth magic?
When Jane's cannons had us surrounded, somehow he drew the earth up over our heads, protected us both from the enemy's fire. Saved my life. That's proof enough for me.
Okay.
We need to find this scholar Phineas. Where is he gone?
He was among the first to be taken by the damned savages. They fell upon us not long after.
I remember.
And they've been mounting raids and abducting our wounded ever since. First people.
Yep.
That's what the scholars call them. Only Azanai knows what they call themselves.
The swamp
I'd thought
people.
of mounting an attack on their village to rescue Phineas and the others. But my surviving soldiers are too few and too young. If I had your help, though...
Let's try talking to the first people before we do anything rash. Maybe they mistook you for a threat.
A reasonable theory, but I've met their kind before. Scavengers preying upon the weak and the wounded. They won't negotiate unless you hold a sword to their throats.
Well,
I'll
that can
gather
be
whatever men
fixed.
I can, the ones who can still fight, and we'll meet you there.
Alright. Swamp battlefield. Oh yeah, pretty much, I think. We can override this comfortably. There's a side quest there.
Careful. This swamp is crawling with savages, and they're none too friendly.
We have a side quest there.
I saw you speaking with the general. We must be in dire straits to rely on passers-by. But Lord Devonshire seemed fit to trust you.
We are the Legion, we are not
Already know of the
passerbys.
savages in the bog. Beastly lot they are.
Passer.
Some of our best soldiers were captured in their raids. Others have gone missing. We sent scouting parties into the bog. I armed them as best I could, but baggage train attendants are hardly soldiers. They haven't returned for hours.
This reminds me of one of the missions in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1, when you deal with the Sand People in Tatooine, pretty much.
This was a massacre. How did you survive the battle?
Very much the same.
Panicked. Well, the young soldiers did anyway. After Jane collapsed the road behind us, we were so close to victory. I kept the baggage train here instead of risking an escape. The enclosure gave us just enough cover to survive the assault.
A swamp is hardly a place for heavy wagons. Was your cargo worth the trouble?
Basic supplies needed for the troops, but also cannons, powder kegs, and the like. Perhaps we could find a way out of this muck-ridden cesspool on foot, but those cannons are needed in Glitterdelve.
If your people are raw recruits, they won't survive long in the swamp. Let me look for your missing soldiers.
You surprise me. I I can offer you little more than some extra supplies, and my thanks. Look for them to the east, out in the bog. We sent out 2 scouting parties. Hopefully the swamp hasn't claimed them. Devonsey won't permit any more of us to leave camp, so you're the only chance they'll get.
Okay, we got 1 side quest. We got 1 side quest, the root of the matter, of course. There we go. And the main quest, pretty
Thanks
much.
for clearing a safe path.
Ah, he
Guess
arrived
I'll
here.
set up shop here until we find a way out.
Okay. Okay, an hour and 40 minutes. We can. Alright, so these are the routes. This path is blocked, so there's only one way. Right.
I didn't want to say anything in front of that lord, but I've heard the name Devonsey before.
Do you remember where you heard the name?
When I was young, I heard Odo speak of him many times, in hushed and urgent tones. That name,
So,
Devonsey, it was often paired with another name, but I don't remember what it was. We should tell Odo when we see him next. I think this might be important.
alright. Hey, nice footsteps. The animation of the footsteps, pretty good. No. The other way. Okay. Gloamwood Bog, alright. Hey.
If only they were flammable.
So we've got a bit of enemy variety here. In terms of the side quest variety of the game, we can see that the level design is amazing because this is what I always mention, the relationship between the level design and the gameplay mechanics. Notice how most of the environments are extremely narrow, so you don't have a lot of room to escape. The boss battles are kind of like perfectly measured in... They all happen in specific rooms of a crypt, like we saw previously. And as you'll see once we reach the swamp, the boss of the swamp, here, if I remember correctly, you also don't have a lot of room to escape. So yeah, pretty much. The level design, it's amazing because they're all narrow corridors and they're all narrow corridors. And you don't have a lot of room to escape.
That barrier of roots. I think it is a door to be opened and closed with a word or a charm.
Well, we'll find out. The level design is amazing. The side quest variety is one of the strongest points the game has, if I had to say, because all of the side quests that we've done, they all not only feel unique. Ah, yeah, this. She was referring to this barrier here. They all feel unique. They are long, and they all have different objectives. So in terms of the side quest variety, the game also does a great job. The main issue with the game is the learning curve of the controls, but what's that? Almost 6,000. Wow. Steadfast Best of Rage. Plus 14 attack, 24 stamina. It reduces the armor a bit, granted. But that's a lot of firepower. Besides, our hit point bar will increase. 680. Yeah, this is brutal. I think I was extremely lucky. I don't know if I assume loot in this game is randomized rather than fixed, rather than rigged. So yeah. Hey, I could destroy that one. Hey, I love how slow that is. But it's still locked. Still blocked. So what are those? Those are the first people, the indigenous tribe. Fall back, what? No. There you go.
Natives, you make short work of them. I'm glad we're on the same side. We got split up from the rest of our party in the confusion. We're heading back to camp, but if you find the others, please help them.
Nice. Objective completed. Find the missing scouts. More enemies coming right. More enemies up ahead, coming right this way.
Die and be judged.
Good. There we go. There we go. This one. Here we have a dead end. Oof. They hit pretty hard.
Up and about again. Scholarship waits for no man's land.
They hit pretty hard. I love how in this game you can die at any moment. As soon as you are surrounded. But yeah, we can. I think that by now we can say that there's a clear influence of the gameplay mechanics. There's a clear influence of the gameplay mechanics on the gameplay because of how narrow the passages are. Something that I always mention. I mentioned this when I was playing The Lord of the Rings: War in the North. Pretty much, hey, there's an objective behind this, but I cannot access it. Well, let's push forward. I mean, we only have one side quest and we've already completed it. Let's see, we have to return. You rescued the first, but the others got ready somewhere. Yeah, we saw it, but whatever. We saw them, but pretty much, the routes were blocked the path. These shrunken heads are not those of slain enemies, but of the first people themselves. By binding the spirits of the dead inside their own heads, the first people prevent their skin from returning to the river of souls and merging with the hated foreign peoples. Okay, we read a lot about the lore of the first people in the first stream when we got to the chapter house. Let's see.
Look, the savages haven't seen us yet, but this is the edge of their village.
Nice.
Phineas and the other prisoners are probably being held on the far side, or maybe in the trees above.
Do you have a strategy in mind?
Everything depends upon finding their leader, the chief shaman. If we take him alive, we can negotiate from a position of strength. Damn, they've seen us. We're out of time.
Well, let's do it. Let's see if we can fight on both fronts. I need to be careful, they hit pretty hard. Certainly harder than the skeletons we've faced up until now. Alright, yeah, I remember this section vividly because of how many times I died here as a warrior. I played as a warrior. Let's heal. That final attack dealt 68 damage and the other one 6. Something was weird there. Alright, we'll explore the whole place. We'll explore the whole place. Here. They roll. God damn it. That's right, that should be healing us. And what do we have here? Another one of those guys. I didn't mean to do that, but well. There we go. We stun them. Let's try something even more powerful. Anyways, I should get healing from that. Good. I get healing from all abilities thanks to the Bump Strike. Oh! They got mages with them. Time for this. Oof. Need to be careful with those circles. Good. I think we are taking damage over time. Yeah, but it's only one. Good. Good. Loot. Amazing. Let's see. Ah, it was a dead end. Anyways. And this one as well. What's this? How am I meant to proceed here? Lever? Is there a lever or something? What? How do we progress here? Yeah, so far today we've been able to analyze the level design a bit. We got a deeper look at it. We did the side quest over at the hero's Crypt. And we finally completed a full rotation in terms of our abilities. What now? God damn it. At least they tell you where it is. Let's see if I... God damn it. If anyone could tell that there was a lever there. Doesn't look like it. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that last equipment that we got, this best, is much better because we get extra health and even so our attacks deal more damage. Oof. Damn it.
We are Ursa-mesh. We bow before no outsider.
Yep, this guy caused me a lot of troubles last time.
You are not welcome here.
You bring fire and poison to our home. You kill our sacred trees, and you move the crawlers to madness. Now you kill my seed in my village. I come to tell you that you will stop, or Maru-yatum will send you to the River of Souls.
Maru-yatum, I remember this guy. Yeah, this guy. I almost quit playing the game as a warrior when I faced this guy, if I remember correctly.
I didn't come here to fight. We just want our people back.
If you do not come to fight, why dress for war? Your blades were already wet with Urshamesh blood. For years you come and battle here.
It's not us, it's Jane Cassinder.
Warriors in metal and Urshamesh warriors. It matters not. Always it is the same. No peace in my village or outside in the damp.
You are literally in the middle of a battlefield. You live in the middle of a battlefield.
I know nothing of your people. Who are you?
I am Maru-yatum, he who whispers with Nagog, high shaman to all in this village. We are the Urshamesh, the first people. This is our place. You do not belong here.
I think if you don't destroy the heart, you can avoid this fight, but well.
You say the swamp is sacred, but we know nothing about it. Why do your people care?
Long ago, the old one, Nagog, fell from the sky. Our fathers made a sacred bond with it as it lay dying. So we all became Urshamesh.
Gods falling from the sky, just like the old story of the creator gods.
The old one died and became the damp. When you walk, your feet touch Nagog. When you breathe, you inhale Nagog. All is Nagog. All is sacred.
Okay.
The damp. What is that?
All that is out there, beyond our home. The old roots, the deep waters, the cold mist. All is the damp.
There's only one thing we want, and that's the men you took from us.
And why should I return your warriors? You have killed many of my seed. You have burned the ground and poisoned our waters with your dead.
It was Jane Cassinder who burned your swamp and killed your people, not us. I ordered my army to leave you alone.
You fought in the damp and killed Urshamesh for years. You now speak names unknown to Maru-yatum to hide the truth. You are all
You can probably avoid this fight.
Our blades pierce your heart. Maru-yatum will feed your flesh to the crawlers.
You can probably avoid this fight. You can probably avoid this fight if you have the Heart of Nagog, which we destroyed at the beginning of this stream, so good. Good. Anyways, I would have avoided the fight. Come on. Take that. Besides, I agree. They are pretty savage. There you go. Anjali. Back up. So, you can create circles that deal damage. Big deal, I can do that too. So, we were looking for... Ah yeah, there's a chest there. But the captives are not here. Alright. Purple fire, as we are used to in this game. You'll stay here, right? Yeah, you said that. Okay, we'll finish with this boss fight, which is a... which is, if I remember correctly, the one that made me almost quit back when I played the game as, well, not as a kid, but anyways, 10 years ago. I think I was 17. Yeah, pretty much. No, more than 10 years. Yeah, 11 years ago. Yeah, it was probably 16 or 17, something like that. Pretty much. Okay. I remember this boss fight. Let's get rid of those back there. And dispatch the ones that try to attack us in melee. Here. This is 100% copied from Kashyyyk Star Wars, I guess. Pretty much. That slow mechanic, that slow talent that I have when I dodge is totally, completely amazing. You're all ranged. You like creating circles to deal damage to me, but I can do that too. We should probably go back and save, because I remember this boss fight. If I remember correctly, this boss fight is also brutal. It's also brutal. Why is it that I can't move there? There we go. Let's save, shall we? Anyways, let's save. Can I loot there? Any weapon? I don't remember it being this level so short. I don't remember it being so short. This level, this zone. I mean, it's not even a full level. Alright, we'll try to finish with the boss fight. It's already been 2 hours. I already did one. I already did half an hour of Blood Sports TV, so yeah. Let's see. Let's see if we can beat Maru-yatum. Maru-yatum. I'll send you to the River of Souls. I think that if you don't destroy the Heart of Nagog, I guess you can potentially negotiate that. But then again, I left Leona to study it, so yeah, whatever. Here it is, people. Here it is. Get ready. 10, 11 years ago, I almost quit the game because of this boss. With the warrior, it was pretty tough. It's extremely tough because you don't have range. So let's see if with the mage, it's different. Firebringer. Let's see. I think this time I'll be able to do it without... Oof. Yeah, I remember that. That one's pretty tough. Oof. Nope. I should go for the salmon. Dead. Well, I told you that this was going to be crazy, but well. Ah, look at that, it's an autosave. Nice. Damn it. I shouldn't have done that. Damn it. What the? Why is the circle casted here? Yep, it's as tough as I remember. Damn it. We need area of effect damage. Before now one. Damn it. Luckily I can slow them down with my... I can slow them down with my... Oof. Damn it. Come on, we can turn this around. I just need the circle to be properly cast once to leech some health off them, and I'm dead. I hate this boss. I hate this boss. This boss almost made me quit, rage quit the game 11 years ago. It doesn't matter if you use the warrior or any other. It's brutal. There we go. Now it's working. See, these are the controls that I always... if I can do this, it'll be a huge... May I dodge, please? There we go. I need to ensure I group them all right over there. Well. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. What the... where did you go?
No warrior has defeated Maru-yatum since he first whispered with Nagog. I will not fight you. Your spirit is stronger.
What?
Today, all Urshamesh know the Firebringer's power and give respect. Take your warriors back and walk in peace.
You've been beaten. Don't forget this. We'll defend ourselves again if need be.
None of my warriors will forget. We will not challenge you again.
So you only...
It's always been this way. If the strongest of us cannot kill you, then no Urshamesh will. Take this charm. It is known to the roots and vines that I command, and they will bow before you to let you pass. Walk free amongst my seed, and in peace.
Okay.
The savages fear us now. They will not trouble us again.
Thankfully. Alright, we'll save and we'll continue next time because it's already been a lot of time. Alright, that wasn't as bad as last time. I don't know what happened. I couldn't see the health bar. I think it didn't drop to 0. Otherwise, it would have been much worse. Yep. Pretty much now we know that that one is Lady Monbaron, the character of the first game. So yeah, pretty much. It was much easier. It was much easier. It was much easier. It was much easier than what I remembered. But I couldn't. I think the health bar didn't drop to 0. That's the thing. If it was a complete boss, I think it dropped up to what? Up to 50% or something like that. I don't know. Well, people, a bit anticlimactic because I was hoping for a more challenging boss, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because I could finally beat this so fast. I don't. Yeah, probably when I fought this 11 years ago, the thing is that I didn't do any side quests, and I played with the warrior, and that way it's much more brutal. But well, So far, today we did all of the heroes Crypt side quest. We analyzed the level design. This we can say by now we could analyze the complete gameplay rotation of the abilities of our character, and we could basically explore the swamp as well. So we transition between the um, the first chapter and the second chapter. We should be close to Stonebridge. Once we reach Stonebridge, be sure to stay tuned because we'll get to the Treasures of the Sun DLC as soon as possible. That I couldn't explore 11 years ago, almost now and did. So we'll explore that once we reclaim the Grand Chapter House in Stonebridge. Okay, and that's pretty much it. We'll get to Bloodsports TV. I'll have to farm for the other achievements, and we'll do the Apocalyptics once I'm ready, right? So that's what we'll do. Okay. Okay. That's pretty much it. I think we progressed a lot because yeah, it was more or less a transition stream in the sense we went from chapter 1, the swamp, and now we'll get to Stonebridge. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to stay tuned because on Thursday we'll probably reach Stonebridge. And reclaim the Grand Chapter House. And we'll get access to the Treasures of the Sun DLC. So be sure to stay tuned and see you all next time. The build of our character is looking pretty good. Let's see. It's looking pretty good. So I'm eager to see what else the game has in store for us. I remember that the final boss is pretty hard. But well, if my yeah, if my memories are the same as this Maru-yatum, which was brutal, who was brutal, then we'll be able to beat the game without any kind of issues. Fortunately, yep. Scarlet was probably right. All things considered, if you are watching this. I don't know. We'll see. I think the last boss is pretty challenging, and we don't know what the Treasures of the Sun DLC has in store. So, well, we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure sharing this day of. Yeah? The billions of mini icons. Hey, what happened? 759? Yeah. I had the. Hey, how are you doing, Scarlet? I don't know why I think my chat is broken because it said that that 759. Oh no, you probably said it. Don't tell me the chat was broken. What's going on? I saw that there was kind of like a problem with the connection with the chat. Oh well. Just off work. Can chat. Okay. Sorry, because I had a disconnection and I said, the chat must have broken. The chat must have broken. No, I just faced the boss, the Maru-yatum, the swamp boss. No. Don't worry, Scarlet. I just thought the chat was broken because it told me that it lost connection for a second, and I said, well, it probably disconnected the chat, but the stream was working. So, um, no, don't worry. No, thanks for visiting the stream every time. I faced the Maru-yatum boss, um, and I could beat it pretty easily. You were right. Most probably, you were right because I remember that 11 years ago when I played the game, the this swamp boss, especially with the warrior, was brutally hard. And this time I did kind of like in 3 tries some seconds ago. But yeah, you were probably right. Huh? You were probably right. It's much easier. The gatekeeper of the game was Rajani. The only dub that remains for me is the one is the final boss, Jane Cassinder. I remember it being pretty tough. And the other one is Treasures of the Sun, a DLC. Can get some better items after the first boss. Yeah. The loot was much better at the beginning when I was doing the Crypt that you saw. I also could beat the skeleton first try, and it had kind of like much better loot. Yeah, with many more properties. No, but the main item that saved me so far is the orb. It's the orb. The orb is it's amazing because that vampire strike helps me regain health uh, much faster. No, 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 no. It's the orb definitely. But well, today we did the hero script side quest. We could finish the bagged Gandaric Manor side quest. You have to destroy the orb. Doesn't matter. Remember, anyone else playing the game, if you're watching this as a YouTube bot, if you after you make the decision over at Gandaric Manor that we did in stream number 2, you can afterwards destroy the orb. You can destroy it because otherwise the side quest won't be completed. And if I had completed that side quest before the first boss, I would have gotten one extra level, which would have helped me because I was kind of like 2 or 3 enemies away from leveling up. So um, I highly suggest you destroy the orb after defeating Lord Gandaric, so you have some extra experience. Remind me of Toy Story, The Claw, the Orb. Very legendary movie. Very legendary movie from our childhood. I don't know, at least from mine. They ruined it. Yeah, the claw, the orb. Pretty much. They also another thing is that in this game they call magic and mana. They call it focus. They call it focus. Pretty weird. I've seen kind of like magic, mana, power in Hellgate London, for example, but never focus. I mean, focus is kind of like new altogether. Right. So this is pretty much the schedule that we're gonna follow. Since we couldn't do Blood Sports TV today, the Apocalyptics were way too brutal to solo. I had to farm the 3 achievements. Once I farm the 3 achievements, we'll stream the Apocalyptics. It will take me some time, especially the last one. We'll stream the Apocalyptics of Blood Sports TV, and in the meantime, we'll continue pushing Dungeon Siege 3. Hopefully, my idea is that we'll reach the Treasures of the Sun DLC before the Apocalyptics or well, whatever. The idea is to reach Stonebridge, reclaim the Grand Chapter House, and access the DLC that I couldn't play 11 years ago. That has been somehow forgotten to time. So yeah, pretty much we finished with the, let's say, the transition boss. Let's call it the transition boss, just like in Super Metroid. That there are those transition mini bosses sometimes, like the mini Kraid or the very first boss of Super Metroid. It's a transition mini boss, the Chozo statue. So yes, we beat this transition boss. I remember it being extremely hard, but well, it wasn't the case today. Probably Scarlet was right. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Scarlet, thanks for watching once again. And let's see if we can reclaim the Grand Chapter House next time and access the Treasures of the Sun DLC. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure. There we go. This is all right. Bye bye. Have a great day. See you all on a Thursday. Hopefully, we'll get to the Grand Chapter House.